Hi, Scott Stalker here, and today I want to talk to you about networking. I know I talk an awful lot about why networking is important, but I don't talk often about how to network. And so I figured let me do a video on that and tell you how I network and how I built a really powerful network. Before I get started, there's a book that I've recommended several times, and I will tell you the most important book I've ever read about networking and quite frankly anything in business is this one right here by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's a phenomenal book. I'm getting ready to travel in here in a few days. I take it with me. I just thumb through different pages. I look through it. And so if you learn nothing else in this video, I would tell you, make sure you get the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and read as much about that as you possibly can. So let's go through some of the steps that I use in order to build a powerful network and why I think it's important, as you know. First, you want to identify your goals. You need to understand what you're interested in, right? So for me, in national security, in space, cyberspace, or personal development, things like that, those are the individuals and the types of events that I'm going to target. I'm not going to spend a lot of time dealing with the food industry or maybe car industry or something like that. Those are great industries, but those aren't where my interests, my passions, and my expertise lie. And so you want to target your audience, spend some time doing research about those interests you have, and then we'll move on and figure out how we're going to target that audience in individuals or summits or symposiums where you can go and network with those individuals. All right, so after you've spent time doing the research and understanding who you need to be targeting, now it's time to start identifying people in that industry. And what I've used a lot is LinkedIn, and I'll type in simply space or cyberspace or personal development or coaching, public speaking, things that I enjoy. And then what I'll do is I'll find people. I'll just simply type that in. I'll find people that have similar interests and I'll send them a note. Hey, Sam. Hey, Samantha. Hey, whoever. I see that you're interested in this. And oh, by the way, we have this type of a connection. I'd love to talk to you more about that. And that's a way to do that on social media, but it's also a way if you're getting ready to go to a symposium or event and you see a key speaker, you target them, or a company, you say, hey, I know who's going to be there, and you targeted that individual in a positive way, and you can reach out to them and you have something in common together because you understand the person. The third one that I think is incredibly important that in the modern world doesn't get a lot of emphasis, and I can tell you, you can pick up a lot of networking opportunities here and really build a strong network because you've got a personal connection, is attending networking events. Those could be symposiums. So as an example, I go to a lot of defense symposiums. I go to things about space and cyberspace. Sometimes I speak at those, and that is a great opportunity. If they have socials, which most of the time they do, whether it's a lunch, an evening social, breakfast, you're attending a keynote event, spend some time at those events. Those investments will pay off 10x, 20x by you being there, spending some time, interacting, and then instead of talking all the time, 2 ears, 1 mouth, right? And so listening more and spending some time with those events. Networking events are huge players, especially today where everyone tries to do things via social media or the internet. You get a leg up on them by being there physically. But that does not mean that you don't use online platforms. Of course, you're going to use online platforms because I'm here in North Carolina at my house, but there might be people in Los Angeles or New York City or Washington, D.C. that I want to network, or internationally, you name it. And so you got to use all the tools that you have available to you, and online tools are exceptionally important to you. Now, the good thing about that is you can match these two together, right? So you do some searching online, you meet the individual, you find out Smith is getting ready to speak in San Diego. You're going to be at that event. Hey, Smith, you mind if I buy you a coffee while we're there? A beer, whatever. You spend some time, you have a little bit in common, you network. You never know where those opportunities are going to lead. For me, they consistently lead to other opportunities, oftentimes paying opportunities. So spend some time both physically and utilizing the online platforms. You got to offer value. Now, here's the trick. When I'm on LinkedIn, I don't always just post about my day. Oftentimes what I'll do is I'll post articles that involve the technical sector, right? So space, cyberspace, and that sort of thing. And they rarely get a ton of likes. That's by design. The reason you want to do that is because people are out there watching, not necessarily people that are technically following you, but they're out there lurking. And they see, wow, Scott every Tuesday posts something about technology, or every other week he posts something about space. He seems to know an awful lot about that. Let's reach out to him for a conversation. Maybe he can consult for us. Maybe he can solve some hard problems. All right. Now, that doesn't happen all the time, but it happens an awful lot of times. And it happens enough that I know I'm going to consistently do that because some tech sector firm, some defense firm, someone in the industry is going to reach out to me and say, we'd love to have a conversation about that. It may not lead anywhere, but it also leads for an opportunity for me to say, hey, I may not be your guy, but Keith is, or Joanne is, or whoever. You pick your person. And so it may not be for you, but you get to pivot and help someone else as well. And so offering value is critical critical in this game of networking. You got to be genuine and authentic. Genuine means when you are in that conversation with the person, your shoulders are square to them, you're looking them in the eye, you're not on your phone looking for the next opportunity, you're present in the moment, having a real conversation with them, knowing that this may not lead anywhere, it may lead somewhere, it doesn't matter. You're there to network, and every conversation you have, every business card you get, every connection on LinkedIn, phone number, whatever the case may be, is an opportunity for you. Take it serious, take it like it's work, because it's truly an investment in you. This next one here is one that I'm amazed more people don't do, and that's called the follow-up. Listen, every time I come back from a trip, no matter where I travel to, I'll inevitably have 10, 15, sometimes 50 business cards, right? I've actually had 50 business cards before. And I know some people don't use them anymore. I'm telling you, they're out there. Hey, I got my new business card right here. Boom. They're important. They work. And the reason they work in the sector I'm interested in is because a lot of people work behind closed doors where they can't bring their phone in there with them. So when you get those business cards, follow up, put them out, write them an email, talk about a thing you guys talked about or an event you met at. Hey, it was great to talk to you, Eric. It was great to talk to you, Sam. Let's follow up X, Y, and Z. Or, hey, I know what you're talking about. I have someone that's interested in the thing you're talking about. So follow up is critical. A lot of people don't do that. You'd be amazed. You'd be stunned at how many opportunities that leads to. Again, you want to give and receive referrals. If the thing isn't for you, that's okay. That's fine. All right. I've had a lot of opportunities. I had one, a really good paying job potentially in Memphis, Tennessee, and it wasn't for us, but I handed it off to a couple of folks that were interested in that, and they got that opportunity. So it doesn't always have to be about you, but we talk about it's better to give than to receive, right? Same thing here. If you can give someone an opportunity, wow, what a great thing that is too. So think about that. It's better to give than to receive, not just for Christmas, but also in the business world as well, in the business of networking. If you really want to become a master at this, you want to invest in those long-term relationships. The people that you meet, occasionally drop in, send them a note. Hey, Sally, how are you doing? I see you've been doing well. Maybe you comment on their LinkedIn post, you share a lead for them, whatever the case may be. Don't think of everything you do as what's in it for me. It's about how can you enrich others' lives? How can you help other people? And it's amazing. The more you help others, I have found the more I give to others, the more opportunities I get. I almost can't even handle the amount of opportunities because I'm busy trying to focus on how do I help other people. So try to give more, invest in that long-term relationship. It'll come back to you tenfold, I promise you. And last but not least, you need to continue to invest in networking and diversify. Meaning, whatever you're interested in space, maybe you're interested in the defense sector. Now you need to start talking to people in academia. Now you need to start talking to our foreign partners and allies within the legalities of that, of course. Now you need to start talking to the commercial sector. So you're diversifying, you're growing out your network, you're expanding your opportunities, and you're expanding your ability to help more and help others. So continue to expand and diversify your network. And people will tell you, hey, your network only lasts about 3 years. Yeah, that's true. Just like a plant, if you stop watering it, it will die in 3 years. But if you continue to water it and continue to invest to it, continue to feed it, you'll continue to grow that network, and it'll grow much larger, and so won't your opportunities. All right, everyone. So again, that's what I think about when I'm talking networking, not just about how it can help you, but how to network. It's incredibly important that you continue to think of ways to network. I'd love to hear what you think as well. How are some ways you network? What did I miss? Please drop those ideas in the comment section. And also, if you have any ideas on how we can continue to build this channel on personal development, let me know. I am 100% invested in how I can help others. And if there's an opportunity for me, that's great. But if not, my reward is knowing that when you comment in there and say, hey, this really helped me out, or I'd love you to talk about this, that's really helpful. So thank you all very much. Have a good day.